Hi, Michelle. How are you, honey? Happy Easter. I am just having a field day, playing in some ink. I played yesterday in it, and other than my feet are really, really painful today for some reason. But other than that, I feel pretty good. So this is going to be a mixture down in the bottom of this pan. Good. I'm glad. Yesterday I played with this, and I embossed enough for 4 uh, paper towel roll or journals. So right now I'm playing with my alcohol inks, and I've got to get out my dryer and get a sheet under it, which I can't find my craft sheet, and I stuck it somewhere and I don't know where. But I'm sure I can find a scrap piece of paper to put down of some kind. Of some kind. Where are my sheets? Right there, my potato sheets. I am making a little mini journal, like I did before. And I got to get my rubber gloves on because I rubbed my hands yesterday. I have 2 started. I have 4 cut out. Here is working on, and I done stuff yesterday, and this is kind of a rose gold look, and I just glued this on, so I had it over to the side, to dry. But isn't that pretty? It just turned. I had all these up here, and I thought, well, why don't I just go ahead and fix them? So that's what I played with yesterday, and I'm still playing today because it's just fun. It's just fun. And I do have them embossed. So over the top of this, I can use some metallic paint to kind of highlight. And I kind of like that mottled look. It's got some pink and blues and, different colors on it. And I want these to be a little bit different because I'm going to, these are going to be more lacy and steampunky. I've done the steampunk. I'm ready to go back to my flowers and, build something with my flowers. And so I have 8 cards already ready to go. And some of them didn't emboss very well, but it doesn't matter. We're just having fun with them. And I can cover that strip up and, do something with it. So these are my homemade inks that I'm spraying at the minute. And then I have my dilutions over here, which I used yesterday. And I have all sorts of lace bits and stuff that I can use. I've been digging out my lace and stuff to put on it. And, I've got pretty pieces all over. Just beautiful little bits that have been sent to me. And I was going to make a lace journal. And I thought, well, it can be a small one. It doesn't have to be great big. Hi, Susan. Happy Easter. It's so good to see you. I didn't advertise this. I was actually going to come up and make just a video. And then I just thought, well, Mary, just turn your camera on and see what happens. So I did. So that's hi, Jane. How are you? These, I'm going to put the clips in it. I'm going to put the clips in it. And my camera actually is just darker, and you can see I'm got these pulled in until I'm glaring on this glass, which I absolutely hate. But I don't know how to stop it. I could stop it with this and use this. I put my glass mat away. That might help. If I can get this glass mat up, that might be a little bit easier. Still going to glare on this plastic. I don't have any wax paper to do that. I do have a couple of. I have, and I don't care if that gets ink all over it. And that won't glare as bad if it gets ink on it. And back down. And we'll just play. I'll use this for my paint. I've got so much stuff on here because I've dug everything out just to play. And now I've got to get it moved around so that I can. Now that looks more like the color it is right there. I hit the right spot with the light. Honey, I'm doing. I can't say I'm doing good, but I am doing. It is. I'm just at that age, and I've got lots of things going on with my body that's not good, and they get hot. They get hot, real hot, because my bulbs are the wrong size for it. I went to the doctor, and I have psoriatic, or however you say it, arthritis, and my bones are thinning, and I have bone spurs from head to toe. And my bone spurs is what's causing me the pain, along with the fibro. So it's just, it's just part of living. It's just part of living. To learn to live with it, deal with it, and hopefully get over it. That's my plan. Hopefully kind of get away from it a little bit now and then. She's starting me on some new medicine, and that should help. I'm going to try to stamp this one a little bit right here, just to see how that works. And it really doesn't show up much. Kind of make it look a little grungy. That's all right. Not really what I wanted, but it's all right. See, one thing about these is if you don't like that one on the top, you can always move it back and do another one for the top. Yeah, the spurs are awful, and I have them everywhere. I have them in my hips. I have them in my knees. I have them in my heels, my ankles, I have them everywhere. And yeah, they're just giving me lots of problems. These are embossed. They are embossed. So I just didn't like, that didn't add anything to it for me. And it could be that my Stays On is not wet enough. And that could be a big part of it. Or I could have used a different color of ink and maybe got it to stand out. I have ink pads of all kinds. I'm just, I don't really know much about these things. I'm still learning. And you girls are going to just have to learn to, this me experiment, because that's what I do. I just experiment and play, and if I like it, great. If I don't, throw it away. It's just, I work with, this is trash. This is stuff that I would have thrown when I started this. So this shouldn't take long to dry because that's alcohol ink. So I'm just going to lay it aside and just something different. So I'm going to put the blue on it. And yes, I'm doing both sides at the same time. And I forgot to put my gloves on. And like I said, I ruined my hands yesterday. But I played with some intense color yesterday. That's one of my rags. I played with some color yesterday. Okay, what did I do with my rubber gloves? I've laid them off of here. I am so tired of trying to clean off ink. And I like the inks better than paint. I don't mind painting, but I like the inks better than painting. And so I'm going to put these on and protect the hands a little bit. And then this one is about empty, so I hope I've got enough to make it through. Just pick up some of that. Maybe add a little more blue to it now. Give it another wash of blue. And I'll lay this over here so I can lay it to dry. And there's the second one, and you can see how it's drying down. So I like that. Mine did too. And I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. And I thought we was going to get up this morning and maybe go to church. And I just got up. I couldn't hardly stand up on my feet. So I kind of put that aside and thought, well, I'll just stay home and work out in the yard. I did that a little bit. Then I started working on my bench, but my grandson left me. He was helping me with it. My wooden bench has come apart. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to have mud in this tray. I want a few more drops of pink on this. And I'm going to have to do something different here. I'm going to have to use a different color, which is not good. When all else fails, you take the stopper out. I have to make more ink. That's something I've got to do, and I've got to make more gesso. So I've got a couple of things coming up to do for little process videos or that kind of thing. And little intensify that blue a little. And lay it over here dry. Okay, I'm going to use these same rags that I used yesterday. Pull some of that up out of there because it is turning to mud. And my alcohol has released some of my paint, so I'm going to rub some of it. This is just, I got this is just packaging top, but it has worked so well for a little spray paint tray. I was going to keep those, but I'm going to throw that in the way. Let's see what else I've got over here. I've got greens. I know that. I do have some green, and this green is beautiful. I love this green. Even if I did mix it, I love this green. Oops, I overshot the tray. Dadgummit. Oh, girls. Oh, girls. I can make a mess. See that? I just overshot this completely. So this may be very colorful. I may just do a rainbow effect in this one. I've got 3 blues, but I may change those. May add a little green. Love that green. It's not showing up like it should, like the green should. My gloves are way too bright. They're not that bright. And now my green's not bright at all. It looks more like a teal. I've got to work on the color of my camera. But I broke it, you know. That could be why it's. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jane. Okay, I think I'm going to let this one dry before I add anything to it. So let's blot this one. We'll just blot this one and add some. If I can get it to spray, I'm going to add or get it up in there. I'm going to add some pink. Okay, start spraying. It's dripping. It isn't spraying, but it's dripping. I've got to make inks. Let's put some that on there like that. Hi, Marina. Back side of that done a little bit. And that. I didn't like that. These may not have any embossing when I'm done. Because I am just playing with the color wash. I had no plan in mind. I just thought I would play. And I love this cranberry, but it is extremely bright compared to these. And, ooh, that was rather muddy. Dadgummit, quit it, Mary. Of course, they're going to look muddy to you anyway, I guess, because that is not green, and it is just as green as it can be. So you're seeing green. Okay, blue on this one. Looks like I'm going to have to go to it because my pinks run out. Yeah. Hi, Sabrina. How are you, darling? Roll, well, actually not toilet paper roll. These are paper towel rolls, journals. And I just thought I'd play with the inks. So I did yesterday, and I'll show you what I got done yesterday because, oh my gosh, girls, it's amazing. And I may go back and put all this on, those too. Come on. Let's see if I can get this one to spray. I really want this one to be purple. This is my last one. Let's just see if we can't run some down it. Ooh, I did. I ran some down it. We may get a mixture on this one. Okay. All right. That is ugly. That is really ugly. That will have something else on it. I worked outside a little bit and worked on my bench that had gotten busted in the wind that we had. It had blown off it's old, and it had blown off the porch twice, and it finally just popped all of the. Did it look beautiful? It is kind of an odd grayish color. I will add some more to it, I think, and go back to the blue on it and add I was doing the rest of them. So now I'll lay it over there, let it dry. And now I've got a tray full of ink. I had just absolutely yesterday, I had absolutely had a ball. I played. I was talking to Spanky on the phone and just playing. I'm going to set this over and get it where it will dry. This is what I done yesterday, and it turned out beautiful. I've got to wipe this up. So I've got to get my tray out of the way and get me some. Couple of baby wipes. I don't care about that old board, but don't really want it all over the desk. Although I'm needing to recover my desk pretty bad. That's paint. Okay, now that looks a little better. This is what I worked on yesterday. And I started with a copper underlay. Oh, okay. I started with a copper underlay, and then I sprayed it with black, and then I sprayed it with these with my dilutions with pomegranate. And I mean that gold, that bronze, just it was copper or bronze, just came up through them so beautifully. And so I mean I was really thrilled with the way it turned out. And I started decorating it this morning. Of course, the first thing I do is I fix the cover, which dictates to me how I'm going to do the rest of the journal. And I had this cameo laying here, and I thought she would be beautiful on the front of it. So I put the cameo on it, and I got out my laces and stuff, and it is going to be lacy and feminine and just me. This is like what I like to do. I like to decorate them. I like to make them pretty. And so anyway, these may go from where they're at right now to more like this with some paint and some distress ink or whatever. And yeah, I think it's going to be really, really pretty. And I have take my gloves off. I can get them off. I'll try without tearing them up, because I'll probably need to put them back on again here in a little bit, especially if I use that dilution. Oh my God, it's horrible. Listen to my finger come out of that. Okay, there's one off. Come on. Those are not that tight on me. I don't know why they've stuck to me like that. Hi, Sandra. How are you, honey? Oh, I pulled that one down in. Oh, well. Let's see if we can pop it back out when I put them back on. Anyway, I got out my laces, and I just found such beautiful lace. And I just want to make this girly. I want to go from and jeweled and, and vintagey yet at the same time. And that's what I want to do with this one. I want to make it vintage and pretty and, like have something like this in the center of that. I mean, really jewel it up. I've got this here, which would be a pretty center for, I have some wooden flowers that could be metalliced up and put on it. Just play and put down some roses and flowers and, make it pretty on the outside. And then, of course, I have my pockets that I can do too. So I don't care if it stands up that, if as long as you can flip it over. I'm just going to have fun with these. I'm just going to play and create and do and see. And, like I said, these are toilet paper, or not toilet paper rolls. These are not toilet paper rolls. These are paper towels. But if I don't like them, I would have thrown them away before I started crafting. So why not experiment on something that you're going to throw away eventually, or you would have. I have glitter in this green. I don't know if you can see that shimmer in that, but I had some glitter in that, and it is shining through. I hadn't shook it enough, or it would have been shining through on all of them. So I may go back over these with some green and give them some shimmer, and because I had forgot that, and it's all settled in the bottom. So I need to give it a stir. And go back over them. So that's what I was doing, and I thought, I was sitting up here by myself, and I thought, turn on the tube and see who's out there and see what's going on with everybody and say happy Easter. And I didn't plan this, so there's not very many of you here, but I really have a hard time planning anything right now because of my my health issues. So I don't. And so if you see me, I'm here, and I'm going to try to make some videos. When I make a video, Tom comes up and talks to me, and it just destroys my line of thinking. And here I can kind of talk through it until I get back to it. But since I can't edit, I can't do that on a video. And, I'm sitting there for a few minutes like, what am I supposed to do now? It just, it's kind of crazy. So, I have been on for 32 minutes, and I have done this. I have sprayed these, and, I need to get my dryer out and dry them so I can do some more on them. This is still drying with E6000, so I'm trying not to disturb it too much, but I believe it might be set up. And we might be able to go on to the next part of this. And, what I have in mind is, if I can find them. Because when we sprayed the house, everything had to move somewhere. Oh, you're over here. I have flowers of all kinds. And I have a lot of roses. And, I've used roses in several of my projects. But I have, I'm almost out of the screen. I have a lot of these little buds and that kind of thing. I have some in the smaller sizes, little white ones. And a little blue one. The trouble is that they almost have to sit straight up. And so I don't know exactly how I want to use them. If I want to make a cluster top, or if I want to find something different. This is a different one. This is kind of and that might be pretty on there. It has a jewel in the center and has some leaves. Pretty. So I have those, which could be used. And then I have, you know, little flowers like this that can be gessoed and colored, which I could do. And it might be pretty to do that, do a gesso wash on them. And then, but I really don't even care about the colors. I just want this to be pretty. I, so I just, you know, I just want it to be pretty. I just figure out what looks good and looks good to me, and then we can, you know, kind of go from there. And I want to use some lace and some flowers and just play. Hi, Carol. How are you, honey? I really love the color of these. I don't know. They're flattened out from being stored, but I kind of like them flat. But that's kind of interesting. The color is kind of interesting. And I really like the leaves on them. And leaves is something I really don't have a lot of, but I really love that leaf. And I might could do something with that. And like the little rose, have it set in there. Need to trim the bottoms of them all, or take them all apart. One. I just haven't really decided yet what I was going to do. It's like I said, I just was playing and thought I'm going to turn it on and see what I can get into with everybody. I have some pretty metallic materials that could be used to add some glimmer and shine. Carol, I've been doing the same thing. That's the reason I haven't been on very much. And, you know, yeah, I've just been kind of sitting around, and I've been watching mudlarking. But that's my, you know, I've been watching mudlarking. I get the biggest kick out of them finding bottles. It's that I have this piece too that I thought I might use on something. Just let it dangle off. But see, I need to change the color. This would have been really good on this, but I didn't find it before I had that on. And I've already got that down. That this would have been beautiful on there. And it actually could have been put through that loop and then just let it dangle off. So don't throw away your paper towels, your paper towel rolls. I've just had a blast embossing these, and I even embossed papers yesterday. Just played, and it was so much fun because I have felt stressed about trying. What should I do? What can I do? What can I put on this, or what can I make out of this? And I thought, Mary, you know, you're taking the enjoyment out of what you're doing. So just go have fun. That's what I do when I craft. I have fun. When I want to draw, I have to be in the mood to draw. And when I do, I have fun. So I was putting too much stress on myself. So I just said, enough is enough. You know, when you don't feel good, what you're going to do or how you're going to do it. Excuse me just a minute. I'm getting more flowers. I'm getting more flowers. Because I have, you know, flowers that I can dye some. I thought I might find some leaves or petals that could be leaves, like these rose petals. And then these are already kind of off colored, but those could be painted with some metallics real quickly. These are my bigger flowers. Now that I've got them out, I have some great big ones. So I don't know how much I'll find in this. All of my flowers are in coffee cans. Oh, here's white petals. Hey, 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 that's better than the pink. Because I can spray those with my green ink. Let's open these and I'll spray some. And we will make these petals become our, I'm getting a tray. Scoot that over. Scoot that back. Get one of these towels up here that I've used for inks. I mind the alcohol ink so much, they get off your hands easier. Pick that up. One of the reasons why they're muddying is because I had acrylic paint down in the bottom of this and it's pulling it up as I'm going. But get out my spray, the green. That's what these are. Yeah. Yeah, just gonna spray them down. These alcohol inks will dry fairly fast. I'm gonna lay them over here. Okay, get back out of the way. This has a little shimmer mist in it, so I don't know how many I'll need, but it won't hurt to have some extra ones. And I don't care if they're blotchy. Oh, wow, honey. Yay. Where you headed? Where are you going on vacation? Marina? You going someplace exotic? They are. I made my own shimmer mist out of this one with some iridescent glitter, really fine iridescent glitter. And yeah. And it really, you can see it shining on these things I've used it on. Hi, Joey. How are you, honey? I missed you this morning. I got a place up there for some of these. I do believe I do. Oh, cool, Marina. Okay. Now, if I didn't have that all in there, getting muddy, which it is again. If I keep going, I'm going to have all that paint gone, and then it won't muddy up quite as bad. I'm having a weekend. I'm having a weekend. That's all. It's my kids all went in other directions. I don't know whether I'll even see them on Easter Sunday. I was a little bit upset with that. And now I've left Tom downstairs and come up here and crafted because I had been upset over it. So I don't know how long I'll stay on because I don't want to leave him very long. And I told him we would barbecue here in a little while. So I am wanting to do that. I tried to pull all that paint up and I couldn't get that up, you know, like a skin. So, but it's a beautiful day here. It's a little windy, but it's a beautiful day. It's 80 some degrees. I'd been outside and cleaned on my porch and done some work and that kind of thing. And then, you know, I was missing my Sunday crafting or my Sunday chat, and I can't turn my camera now and I can't use my phone. And so I'm at the point, I know there's an app to use the phone, but I haven't downloaded it yet. So I'm, you know, I just yeah, I just thought I'd come up here and craft rather than sit and be upset and blue with them. It's not going to do any good to be mad at them, that's for sure. Just, you know, they're not here to be mad at it. What fun is that? So that was dark. Really went dark. But I have some metallics to rub on those, so I'm not going to worry about it too bad. Take that off, lay it over here to dry. We're getting some elements going here. Hi, Patricia. How are you, honey? I've got these about dry. I think this is the first one I've done. So I'm going to get out my metallic paint and see if I can't dab some of that on. I'm working on 2 books at once. This has not been open, so it's going to be one of those that I absolutely have a fit over because you can't get into them. I'm not even going to, I need to shake it before I do that. Because these have a lot of pigment in it. And they are thick. I found these at Michael's the other day when I had to go to the doctor. And they were on sale, and I can see why. But I do have over 700, and you know, if you're not a subscriber, please do, because I would love to get up there to 1,000 where I can go back on my phone and do my outside porch chats on Sunday. I miss them. They were so fun, and they give me such joy to sit out there and visit with everybody and just talk over the world things and, you know, have some we didn't delve in a lot. We talked about a lot of things, but it wasn't negative. I tried never to be negative about what was going on now and those kind of things, or to be very political about it, although I am, and you all have seen that on my post, and I know you have. Um, but it's my view of the world, and my view of the world stems from living here and having, seeing the things around me change and redevelop, and it just makes me want to be able to talk with y'all, and everybody talked with me, and that was so much fun. And it wasn't about crafting, it was about us. It was about us as a community, as us as a, a, a group of friends, of family, and that kind of thing. So that's really where my heart was lying. I enjoyed that so much, and that was my one day. I give myself that day of rest away from trying to craft or trying to be so creative and do something. And of course, lately I've been doing that a lot because I just not felt like it. But okay, that's a gold overlay over that blue, and it pretty much obliterated the blue. And then I guess we'll keep on going, and we can always go back over it with some more blue ink. This is kind of what I done yesterday. I just played until I liked them, and then I quit. And I love the color of these, of that one. I just love it. And I'm not going to rush this process, so girls, don't expect to see a big finale, other than you'll see me work on these several times. And I may get to do some videos if I can get Tom not to talk to me, so I don't have to try and edit it out, because he does just destroy my mind. Where was I? And I can't. If I could just edit, but for some reason, my every one of them that I've downloaded, so it's like it loses something in my download process, and I think might be a glitch or something on this computer. I don't know, because it's odd that I can't get one that. So that's the gold, and now I'll show you this other one, which is over here. And if I can read this, I will tell you that it is copper. Not bronze, but copper. Editing is hard work, and I don't like to do it. Okay, that's a gold one. Let's try a little copper. I dipped right back in the gold. Okay. And I don't know. I know that people say do the dark layer first, or do this layer first, or whatever. I just do it whatever feels good. I don't. I don't think about color. I just do it until it. If I don't like something, it'll dry, and I can go back over it. That's the way I look at it. Like I said, if these don't turn out, they're paper towel rolls. And they're so much fun to emboss and watch that embossing come out on them. I don't know why. It was more fun than it was on, than to do the paper. And I did a whole paper pad yesterday just to have some in the stash. So when I'm making journals, I can have some to, just fold up and or I can, go over with some distress ink and do that kind of thing. So there's a copper one now over the ink. And it's not solid, but I didn't really want it to be. And so I'm kind of liking them. I like the shiny. I have to admit, I like shine. I like glitter. I like glitter. I can get out my iridescent glitter and throw some on these so fast. I even have spray glitter. So it's a sealer and a glitter at the same time. So you can glitter your project. I used it on my winter snow scene. And it works really, really good on glass and to seal things. So, yeah. And, I really don't care if my mistakes are in here. As crafters, you know that we all make mistakes, and there's some things we're going to throw away. There's some things we're going to not like. We're not going to keep. We may repurpose them, but everything does not go as planned, as perfect as you want it to. And I found I do better when I don't plan, when I'm just in the mood to do it, just to get up and do it at that point, than to try to plan something out. My planned projects never go as I want them to. So I'm liking this, how a green one works. We want copper on that green one. That's what I think. We definitely need some copper on this one. Let some of that green show through. I'm liking it. Get that out of the way, and I can get up here so you can see what I'm doing. These are not really quite dry enough yet, but I'm ready to go on. I'm ready to go on. This one I do have the lid off of. I can squirt this one. I wanted so bad to play last night with the girls on Kathy's new game night, playing Pictionary. If y'all haven't been over to watch her on Saturday night, and when they do this, it is so fun. And I just did not feel like doing it last night. And Tom had a seizure the night before, and it had just been kind of a rough couple of days. So I tried to play, and then he got to want me to come watch TV with him, so I left him to do that. I like that. Kind of gives it an antique feel. And so anyway, it is so much fun, and there's so much laughter in it. Everybody has a good time. So be sure and check them out. That's on Kathy's World, Kathy's Crafting with Friends. And she does a lot of interesting things. She does a lot of tours of things around her. And so if you haven't watched her, check her out. And she's been doing some de-stash sales and things, but I think she's about to decide she's done with that. That's a lot of work. A lot of work. And So she has, started the game night, and I'm telling you, it is so fun. And they tried last night. Their goal was to stump us, the people in the group. I don't know that they ever did stump the people in chat. Um, and they were even drawing. Spanky and Squirrel were there, and uh, Kiki was there drawing, and Kathy and Shannon, and they just were having a blast. Hi, Angie. How are you, darling? Long time since I saw. Well, I seen you in Maddie's live the other day. Mm. So I'm playing with paints and inks and making little pretties, or trying to. I've got some things drying over here and some things being painted here. And this book, which I started, is laying here. And this was uh, this. I did this yesterday, playing around, and yeah, I'm really pleased with that, the way that looks. So now I'm trying to do it again on another one. I've got 4 of these all cut out and ready to go. I was going to do steampunk, and I've got 4 of these cut out and embellished. So I can do another one in steampunk, but these I thought I would do a little more glittery with some lace and some jewelry and some frills, and just make them pretty. So that's what I was doing, is just kind of uh doing something different, get more back in my style. I've got some copper and gold that I can put on for some highlights, which it really sadly needed. And I need to see some of your steampunk, girl. I haven't ever seen some of your stuff, and I would love to. And ooh, I love that green and gold. I'm surprised that turned out like that, because I thought I loved that copper and gold, but and green, but which I'm going to go back to right now on this one, because I've got 4 in the gold already, and now I need 4 in the copper. I've got 8 pages for each book, and I could put as many as I wanted, but 8 fits nicely on your rings, on the small rings, and allows you to fill up the pockets. So that's the reason I chose that. I have the medium-sized rings, the width of the roll that you're working on. Yes, I would love for you to do that, Angie. That would be so cool. In fact, girls, if you're part of my group, uh, I'd like to see some more pictures being posted, and something. And I thought about doing some challenge work or doing something like that, but that's not the reason. That's not the purpose of my channel. My channel is just for you all to be able to post what inspires you, what the people who inspire you. And it doesn't have to be a member of the group to post a video that you watched or you thought it was very inspiring, to give us a chance to go watch it too. That was the purpose of my group. I wanted you all to share your inspiration and give inspiration as well. And it's I didn't want to put any there's enough stress in most of these groups already with the group things and the challenges and the things to do. I didn't want anybody to be stressed in mine. I wanted them to just enjoy it, and to share a part of what they do in order to create, and what gives them joy. And and that can be it can be a picture of, we did one day, we had some um I did some preview pictures, and there was pictures of travels that they stopped at a roadside park or a mill, an old mill, and all sorts of things come out, and it just lets you know a little something about the person too as well. And Joy shares with us her processes, and I always appreciate seeing her post on there. Thank you, Joy, for doing that. And really, I don't post enough of my own. I do a little something all the time, but I try to post them, but it doesn't always happen. So there's the start of my next little journal. And I'm going to turn these over and let them dry a little on the, they're getting kind of spotty looking, but that's all right. I may give them another spray. What do you think, girls? Is that not the glitteriest paint you ever seen? They're supposed to just be metallics, and it's more like glitter paint than it is. It's bright. It's really bright. And what I happens. But once I spray it, it's going to be gone. I mean, it'll be done, and I really kind of like the way those look just in that metallic form. But the metallic came through on that. Okay, I've talked myself into it. Let's see what happens. Like I said, all else fails. I had more paper towel rolls, and I kind of want to see what happens with this on the top of it. So here we go. Ooh, I'm telling you, that's beautiful. And I need my blotting rag. Can you see that? You still get that shine, but look at that color. This is my new favorite thing to do. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm going to carry on. I like that. What do you think? More? This is what my hands look like yesterday. So hence the gloves. It's lighter in color than the first one. I love it. The gold is a little different than each color is going to be a little bit different. I think I can dab some of that up and just spread it on from down there in the bottom. Oh, isn't he coming through it? And maybe I'll just spray a little more of that in there and do that again. I'm going to do this green one that's covered with the gold. And let some of that patina come through. I just, yeah, this is fun. Maybe dab it a little heavier in places. Okay, maybe need a little bit of a spray. Oh, wow. I'm loving that. I love this pomegranate spray. I don't care much for these dilution spray. They're messy. They're extremely messy. And once you start with them, you've got them on you. I'll guarantee you. You've got them all over your desk, on you. You know, it's just everywhere. This one I'm just going to rub over and let that do that. That's pretty. Okay. This one I did pretty light. We're going to lighten it up a little bit more. You know, I can just go light and dark and whatever. It's just, but I kind of like the lightness of that one. I don't know how I will like it with the others, but we'll compare. And actually, I think it'd be pretty in a book together. It'll hurt it at all. And I can always go back over it. I sprayed this one. This was one of the first ones I done, and I sprayed it pretty heavy. That one and this one. But I think it kind of looks good. I may put a little bit more, come down in the color just a little bit on the edges. I could do that. That may have helped it a little bit. Give it more of the color of the other ones, just with a little hint of it. Oh, yeah. Okay. That looks great. That and embossed well. You know, all embossing is not equal. I have figured that out. So this is pomegranate dilutions. It is the most intense color that I have ever worked with, but all of their colors are very intense. And I'm figuring out how to do it with a little bit lighter hand now. You know, put on your gloves, delve in it, get in it, and just do what you want. But, you know, my first few times of using it, And okay, last one. And I have to spread some more, and I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to just do that in there again. I'm going to pick up a little hint of this gold on my rag and then go in there, and we're going to add a little gold highlight to that too and see what it. That was a copper one. So now we're going to add a little gold and the it's pretty. It is turning out pretty. That is copper, I think. Okay. A little bit of the gold. How rich that is. I'll tell you what. I like this. And I found my embossing, which I wasn't finding on the others. And I'm doing it with a baby wipe. So that's all of them covered. Now all we have to do is just wait for them to dry a little. And then we can start on them. Highlight. Oh, I stuck that right down in the gold paint. I did, and I wanted that gold paint. So I'm just going to wipe it off the bottom. And I'm going to hit my flowers with some gold that has the pomegranate on it and make them more metallic. And yes, I'm even going to hit the pearl. I'll lay that one down. Pick up a little bit of that bronze. Come around the edges of that one with a little bronze. Like that. Because these are going to go in the other book. Okay. Come up here. Let's get you covered here. Got a little pink on that pearl. I love that. And I'm going to have a little gold. And I may leave that one a little more gold. Yep, I'm going to. Let's see what happens to these. Oh my. That has some embossing on those flowers. And do you see that picking up? It's just amazing. And it's the pink is coming out of this rag along with the metallics. It's giving me that blue stripe in the background. Oh, I like that. You put a little bronze around the edge. Make it a little deeper around the edge. I don't know what this blue one will look like, but we're going to try it. This is going to call for some gold. It did look like it antiqued it. I'm going to get this out of the way so I'm working in more in the camera. I like it. I think I'll just do it again. I think I'll just do it again. I don't know where I'll put these. There's no like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to my madness here. I'm putting this pink base on this one though with that rag. The pink's coming through from that dot and go over the pink. It's hard to tell on my hands. They're so if you want to get messy, this is a fun way to do it. It does. It really does. Okay, this is another dark blue one, but I'm going to get a hold of this pink and rub some of that in the background so maybe it comes up in the gold. I don't know that it is, but it brings out all the texture of those flowers, which I love. I think it needs a little bit setting down in there and maybe a little more of the copper. Honey, I'm not, that's just the blue of the flowers. It's just the blue of the flowers. And the gold paint is Craft Smart. I bought it at Michael's. It was on sale for like a $2 something. And it has a lot of shimmer in it. And see, when I hit that with that copper, it starts bringing out more of the pink highlights. And I'm going to go right over that gemstone. But I like the blue look behind it. I don't want to cover it up completely. But I think these are going to be beautiful on that little journal. And okay, I've got all those done. Okay, I'm going to strip these off just a minute. Yes, these are really different from what I had before, and just the Deco Art or whatever it was. I have never tried this brand before. Like I said, I bought them because they were on sale, and I thought, well, really like the and it says multi-surface on them. So luster. Multi-surface premium ultra bright metallic paint. And you know, I think these would make some great metallic sprays. And that's an idea. I'm going to make some ink. So I may try that and some, make them into some sprays. Let's bring out my other book here. Okay. I hate to waste that paint. But then my hands are going to be grungy again, but oh well. Oh well. You can't stay safe forever. You can't stay safe forever. My flowers came from Michael's, this batch. And the last one, I'm not sure what kind they were. I don't think they had a paper left in them. Okay, there's that. Put a little bronze on this one too. Squeeze that down in there a little bit. Nope, I don't like that as much. I'm losing the my ink is drying, I think, in the cloth. Oh no, no. It's what I told Melissa. Just say excuse the looks of my hands. I'm an artist. Um, I'm your nearby neighborhood artist. Just she was worried about her hands and her going to church, and I said, just shake their hands and say, I have an art studio down the road from you. Would love for you to stop and visit. Just it is what it is. That's how I go into the doctor's office and they'll say, are you still going up and down the stairs? And I just show them my hands. I just show them my hands. Yeah, I'm still going and I'm not giving it up until I absolutely cannot crawl up these stairs. This is my fun place. This relaxes me. And then when you do something and it comes out as pretty as these have come out, I'm just, you're just ecstatic, and that just lives with you the rest of the day. That you've done something. And I have an idea for a tutorial using these for a journal. Now you've seen like Lori Marie put in altered books and that kind of thing. But I had put some in a book and I had used a band across them and just put them down in the band, and then had tags in them. I think you could put these, and I'm going to try it, but I think you could put these down and figure out, in a journal, we usually have 5-inch pages. So, you could figure out that, okay, you've got to have 10 inches to fold. And so if you put these down in a 10-inch spread, okay, however big that'd be, that looks about 10 inches. And you sewed them on a strip of craft paper. Just craft paper across here instead of the loops. And then you could have, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm not in focus. I'm sorry. Okay, say this is your 10-inch spread of your book. You take a piece of craft paper and you lay it down between them and sew these on, or glue them on, or tape them on, or whatever you want to do. And then you have, when you fold it in the center, you would have pockets on both sides of your page, like putting one in a signature. And I think it would be so cool in between your signature. Like you would have this, and this would be here, and this would be here. and this would be here, and they would be pockets for tags. You could put 3 of them even on a page like that. And look how many pocket places you would have just with one, you know, sewing that down to a piece. And it would make a very pretty pocket page that you could actually just turn because it's sewed to your craft paper. And then, you know, you could put tags of all kinds. And if you went down a little farther in, you could put some longer tags. Get out the tag book. You could put some longer tags down in them. That's just almost perfect for that. But it won't go all the way down because I've hit the flowers here. But if you had them all the way down, you could put some longer tags. And I'll get it there and show you. Hi, Cheryl. And then there would be, oh, now I've got gold paint on that. There would be your, you know, your lift up tag on both sides of your page is what I have in mind. And I'm going to try it. And when I do, I will do it on a video. Let me see if I can find a different tag to put in this. I've got some really long ones, and that's not going to, but if you wanted even to put it in a really long book, you know, you could. If you wanted to hook them on the bottom or whatever, you know, you get the idea. But I'm going to give it a whirl, and I'm going to try it and see how it works, because I think it would really be pretty in any journal that you wanted to put them in. I just might have to have that. This is a piece out of a book that I pulled out. So I'm going to take this butterfly off because I think the butterfly would be pretty in that journal. And okay, here's our one that I started, and we were working on a page, and I quit with those. But now look at our page pop with these flowers. Because if I had a little butterfly, the butterfly could be over here on the back side even, and go from one to the other. And like I said, this book can be thick. You can put as much as you want on it. So I think that just looks really good. And especially if I had done one of these roses where it had a little pop-up in the center, in the height, a little rose. Yes, butterfly on some flowers or whatever. That butterfly is a little too big, but here, give me that. Let me scrunch some of that down in there. Make this rose look metallic as well, along with its leaves. Oh, and I do have my leaves over here too. That needs to be cut off, but you get the idea. And then, this book is going to be and have enough room that you can put pretty much whatever you want to. I'm going to close that up like that. And you can see that it will take that amount of flowers. Let me try that again because I lost my little one. But you can still go to the next one, and you can put as much as you want in this so that it can stand out like an altered book. I mean, it would just be beautiful. And your jewels and the things that you want to use, can be, have to add any more for it to be beautiful. But if I wanted to, I could add the green behind here to give it some pop up or whatever. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Happy Easter to you too, honey. So anyway, this is kind of what I've got in mind to do. It's just, that could be right out on the outside edge, and that would be so pretty. But it's got a stem on it right there that really needs to be cut off. And I love to alter books and alter flowers, and actually this should have some gesso on it and then be metallic, and that would be really cool looking. So that's I think I'm going to stop on the inking because I really love what just took place with these. I don't know that they need anything else to them. I love how they look. I think they're going to look great in pages. And I have to put them together just right because I was a little off on my I had a pattern, but I was a little off on the pattern. So there is a little larger size and a little smaller side as far as holes go. So I'm just going to put these together randomly, and then we'll kind of see how they look. Put my little hooks back in them. Ew, go through both. Yesterday, I was going through the whole thing with that. No problem. Oh, I've got them backwards. Turned around. 2, 1. Okay. Turn that around. Now go. I have one of these hooks that is broke too, or not broke, but it's stubborn. And I think this may be it because it don't want to go through there. Okay. Yeah, this is it. It is like it's okay. That hurts my hands. That hurts my hands to do. That's right. That's right. And art should be what makes you happy. Art should be a feeling of joy when you've created something. I know that, you can go to art school and you can learn how to paint with, like a master, that no matter. Hi, Bootsy. Happy Easter. And thank you so much for my gifts. My hands are dry, so I'm going to touch your stuff. I got, see. No, those are paper towel. Thank you, honey. Look at my doily saved me. I was so thrilled Bootsy, I was so thrilled with these packages, but your note to me absolutely touched my heart with the little heart on the top of it. Look at the multicolored doilies he sent me. And I already have put one in a journal, and it is going to go to Germany. So the purple one is going to go to Germany. And look at this one. So pretty. Bootsy, you did a I love them, honey. I am so thrilled. And I think I may have left some out, but I'm so covered up with lace and jewelry over here that if I did, I apologize. So thrilled. And thank you, thank you. And I had a donation made to my channel. I have it downstairs, and I hope that's right. I will do this again. But anyway, I absolutely, that was perfect. That was perfect for what I was wanting, because I want to do things like when I do the journal, to have this kind of situation where you get, turn that over, where you have the hand crocheted and then this, this lace that's all frilly and stuff. But look at that. Look at the contrast of that. I love that together. I love that together. Just the tail end of that on that doily is it's perfect. It's just perfect. I couldn't ask for anything more. How pretty is that? Because these will all be layered on the journal. They will be layered up, and to have a glimpse of that green, hand crocheted. It's just, these are my collars that I got sent to me. These are antique collars. Look at that. It's just, I love that look. So I just, I didn't get it done. I was little journal. Oh, here, I maybe didn't show you that one. That's pretty. It may go in one of these. And I just got these, put together and inked up. And I just love the way this looks. I love the sound of them. That just is so satisfying to flip them over and listen to them click together. It's just satisfying. Now this piece might not look so out of whack. I think that's so pretty. And this could go on here. I don't even have to hook it down. Let's try that real quick and see how it looks, because it could hook. It has a hook. Right like that. Then when you could pull it back here, pull that on around. This could be on the back page for that matter. Except that I've got my things are not turned right. With the dangles coming down off the back. I don't know that I'm going to leave that there, but I'm considering that. Spanky sent me this, and it is these two journals I'm going to make to just to make me happy. These are just to make me happy. I don't have anybody in mind to give them to. I don't have anything planned other than something that made me happy, that made me, want to do and create. And look at that on the front of it. And if we took, even that's too big. But if we took that and laid these flowers down and made a cluster, here's a little piece of foil ribbon. Tuck that under there for a little more shine. There's two of the same kind. I don't want that. Let's do a dark blue. And then this lighter one. Yeah, you just, you created something with very little effort there. And, it took a little paint and a little time, but it wasn't hard to do. Then I also have, my roses that could go on here and be put down underneath the flowers. I have some smaller flowers too that I could put on here. And that really looks pretty. So that's kind of, it's just going to be for me. So whatever suits me is going to be here. This is perfect on both of these books. I love these little flowers. And I wouldn't mind having one of those right at the top of that. I may wire one of those around each one of those posts so that it would slip with it. I do a lot of buffering. I've been on for over an hour, and that's when it'll start. And so I'm probably, it looks like I've already lost about 4 people. I'm probably buffering bad enough that I probably need to get off of here. And I hope y'all are hearing me. But once the buffering starts, I cannot get it to stop. So I'm on Wi-Fi. It just comes, goes. Any of that? Are you just now getting back? I started to say I've probably been on my limit. It's like YouTube has me timed. It's, okay, she's timed out now. We're not gonna let her go on any longer. So, and it happens quite frequently. Because I was thinking that maybe I needed to just go off. Done myself in on space and what I want to do right at the moment. I'm just experimenting now with textures and things and, how I want to create this. I really want it to be real textural. And I really like the idea of having something like that on every page. Yeah. If I could just get paid for the commercials, would be nice. And I'm debating elements in this one, and this would be beautiful in this one as well. And I have got some very large pieces, but I here and love it in the middle, so the beads would show. And again, I can put it on here so it will do that. And then I'll turn it over and I'll show you my other pieces. Here is a hat that I have had in my collection for years and years and years. Yeah, it's just my book of pretties. And I love that little hat. And I don't, and then of course this is not hooked, but it could be. And just kind of make this my book of happiness, because these things make me happy. I've had this piece since I was a young girl. And look at my Pegasus. I just, and I really think I might want to do that. Just make this a journal of my favorite things. These are not things that I wear anymore. It's not things that, that I would do anything with. I might wear that if I had a place to go that would be appropriate, but do whatever. But these are kind of standalone pieces. That hat just speaks volumes by itself. That's my Easter bonnet. That should be on the front. That's my Easter bonnet. And that's one of the things I like about this is you can have this. You can change the front of your book. You don't have to stay like you started. You can change the front of this book. I love that. I love that. I think that's so cool looking. And then I love these because of the quality of them. And this has to be brought down, but the Pegasus and him could almost ride together, the silver and the gold. But anyway, that's kind of what I've got in mind. I have some other things in here, and this is one of them. This is my favorite button ever. Don't you look at that button? Is that not cool? That button with that piece. It's wood. It is a wood button. And just that button by itself, or that button with that butterfly. I don't have any clue what I want to do, but I love that button. I won't put it on anything because I love it. No, it's not. It was given. Oh, I don't know what it's from. Bought that, but it's got cracks in the glazing, and it's so, see all the cracks in it. It's just, there you go. Focus, camera, focus. You see the cracking? And I just absolutely love it. I don't know what it is. It just says me. I'm happy with that. Well, this is my book. This is my book. So whatever I do in it is going to be because I love it. It's something that, that I love and that I enjoy. And, I just want to play with it. But I like the idea of this being my favorite thing book. And there's my hat. Gotta have my Easter hat. I love that. I love that. And I will put a flower on it because I love that piece. So anyway, I will be back with more of this. I have 4 of these that I am making all at one time. Look how gold I am. I have got them all cut out and embossed. And I got them over here in a box because they were drying. And I have found that I really like the paper towel holders the best because they have a little more length. And I kept the little pieces because I thought that I could maybe make like a window in this. Oh, Cheryl, that sounds good. And but anyway, here's my other journals here in this box. I've started this one with a diamond pattern here. Didn't have quite enough. This is a short piece. Didn't have quite enough of the white to do it, but I get different kinds of paper towel rolls, and you know, they're different sizes, so you have to measure up your size. But so I've got that one, and then I've got a two different sizes of this one, and it's embossed just like this other one is. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. See, that's two different sizes. I've got them all mixed together at this point because I was letting them dry. But they get hard when you wet them down. And then I took all the pieces, and I can open these up and use them as a tag. I'll just do one. Even though they've been pressed down. You can open it up and make you a tag out of it and do something really, really pretty with it. And then put it, this probably won't go in here because it's a little bit bigger, but we'll just trim it down. So on each page, then I could have something that was vintage or said something about the piece that's on there, or, you know, got it, or how, you know, that kind of thing. But there's the tags in the books, and you can make them just as long as you want. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with all my scraps, is make my tags with them. Then they'll be the same weight. And so this is all my, you're not even seeing it, but this is all my box of stuff that I've already embossed and have it ready to go. So every time I bring one up, I put it in an embossing folder. I cut it into the 3 sections, put it in an embossing folder and run it through the embosser. And then I have them ready. And I've got a few right here that I just brought up today that I've got to emboss. There's another white one for the other one. So these are, yeah, these are all going to be done. And I'm going to have lots of little journals floating around here. Some I may keep, some I may sell. I don't know what I'll do with them. But if you haven't made one of these, girls, just doing that, just doing this much is so fun. Like I said, just hearing the sound of them just makes me happy. And you can fill them full of tags. You don't have to even decorate them. They're decorated already. You know, you don't even have to do anything more than that. I don't know if an ATC will fit in that, but we've got some here in the floor. We could find out. This is made on a playing card. And look at there. What a fun way it would be to send your ATCs to somebody and something made out of that. Now, bear in mind, these are paper towel. If you feel uncomfortable about using the toilet paper rolls, I happen not to, because you're putting so much alcohol inks and paints and things on them. I don't have a problem. I don't think there's going to be a problem. You can spray them with a little Lysol. And, but anyway, there's, like this piece could be considered autumn. That little tag, right? This is a spring piece. I could put a ATC in it that says spring or has a feeling of spring. And so they don't cost really anything to make other than, your little time. And they're fun playing. As you can see, I've had a blast today playing with these and made some pretties here that will go on them, and just get creative, have fun, do your thing. That chain would be pretty on this. That hanging down as a marker in the book or a tag on the book. All of these things. Hi, Janie. How are you, honey? This may become a dangle on it because it's pretty and you can't see it because I won't hold it right. But that may become a dangle. Are you full? I made a lemon cake, and I do have to go down and put some hamburgers on the grill. And here's a special piece that I was showing earlier. My sister gave me this several years ago, and when I was quilting, and so I have one of these in my sewing deal, and this one here. And I think I have another one in another box. So, that's something else that could go in this journal as a special piece to me because I'm from her. And these just pop off. There's nothing to getting these pins back. So I think it's going to be pretty. Right now, that is my front. And this one I haven't really started with, but I could do the same thing. I don't know how full you can fill them before they say, no, I'm not going to go any farther. But I have bigger rings, so I can actually fill them as full as I want to because I've got the mid-size rings. I could go even bigger than these. Anyway, I'm out of here, everybody. I thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping in. Please give me a thumbs up if you can. If you'd like it, leave a comment down at the bottom when I'm done and tell me how much you like it, or just say hi. Comments are comments, and people, YouTube looks for the comments. And you have made me very happy on a lonely Easter because my family is gone today. And these holidays are a little hard to take alone. So it's good to have company. Bye, Jane. I love you so much, honey. And save them up, stick them down. They don't take up a lot of room in your box, of paper stuff. Save your paper towel rolls, save your toilet paper rolls, and play with them. Have fun with them. And get creative. Do whatever you want to do with them. And we'll see you all later. And love you. And thank you again, Bootsy. Thank you so much for the doilies. I was so thrilled with them. And thank you to everybody that has donated, and information is in the information. When the video goes up, it will be in the bottom. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And I'll talk to y'all later. And happy Easter to you all. Enjoy the rest of the day. Eat till your heart's content. There's always a day later down the road. I know that feeling. So share your love and your light, and give it to others so that they can smile too. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye for now.